Good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages. Slightly delayed start of the stream because some game decided it didn't like me. Again, Codemasters, please help me. Welcome along to the Circuit of the Americas. Now, me and Jamie have got stuck in the past because last week we had a flight delay, so I've had to take the supersonic Concorde from Bahrain to Kota. Just landed in time, a few minutes late, but we're here. Unfortunately, it's raining in real life, but we'll go for our sponsors first before I introduce the lovely lady alongside me. And of course, to our sponsors, Next Level Racing, sponsoredly providing prizes. Pure Sim Gear, sponsoredly providing a pair of the sim racing gloves to the driver, the most combined poles and fastest slap. To Gamer Goo, which I really need right now, sponsoredly providing Gamer Goo samples to trophy winners. So I hope we can get a trophy, because that'd be nice. Partners, to our partners Vespertine, partner of Vespertine, who support our championship prizes. To ERT, partner of the ERT, going to get Tough Award and League trophies. And to the lovely ladies and gentlemen, SimGrid, who, powered by SimGrid, runs our seasons for your community platforms. And of course, like I alluded to a second ago, I'm joined by the lovely female, which is the world champion, Jamie.
I think I'm a male, by the way, but
Nah.
we'll let that slide. Yeah, welcome to my official favourite track in the world ever. Yeah, this should be a good one, and yeah, obviously I think the flight issues last week were not that ideal, but I think I didn't mind it being having a couple of extra days in the Austin area, which is a beautiful city to celebrate, and yeah, this should be a good race. And yeah, it's a wet qualifying, but it's going to be a dry race. So obviously now, today we have a championship situation, and obviously our Tom in the Mercedes is looking in prime position to take that, but you never know what may happen. Anything can happen in Formula 1, and it usually does.
Yeah, certainly will do. We've got ups, we've got down to championships, separated by, I believe, it's 5 points. Don't quote me on that. I think it's 5 points. Should we have a look? I've got it somewhere. Hang on. This is me. I have it somewhere. I literally had it and I've reset the page because that happened. Where's it gone? Hang on. No, I've got it. I've got it. It is. Is that? I'm gonna say. Is that 5 points? That's 5 points. Ah, there we go. That was a guess. Chalky! Oh no! What's happened to Chalky? Where is he?
But then engine penalty. So
he's got an engine penalty.
So it's Legend. So yeah, they're starting back of the grid, and also the Key 2 has in the Ferrari. So only 8 people will be setting qualifying that tonight, and they're all doing what was told. Coming setting their out laps nice and early, coming to pits in time, make sure that set up blocks. So yeah, it's not much of a punishment as it might have been elsewhere, because Cota's a track we can overtake, and they're starting at the back, and obviously everybody will have loads of sets of tyres for the races. Now we're going to start seeing some corner laps on the board, and obviously in the intermediate conditions, this track, it just rained a lot around here in the game, and I don't know about you, but I quite enjoy this track in the wet. I don't know if you do.
Yes, well, I'm not surprised you like this track in the wet. Figuring year one here in the wet. I say I like the wet. I mean, I would enjoy it if it was a full wet race. I had a full wet setup on because, yes, unfortunately that day the game didn't decide to work, so I had to do it on PlayStation and managed to salvage some points before getting yeeted into the stratosphere because game logic. But yeah, it's just a fun circuit in the wet. Fun circuit in the dry mind, but I prefer a wet race around Kota. Well, the only wet race around Kota, 2015, of course. The race which Lewis Hamilton won his 4th world title, which feels quite a long time ago right now. It's, well, 8 years ago, I think, when he did that, something like that. So, yeah, long time ago, isn't it?
Rosberg obviously had that gust of wind, as Hannah says, left the session, so hopefully he can rejoin and go again. But yeah, that's the race where Rosberg had that infamous gust of wind moment, and obviously we had the cool down room where Rosberg was a bit annoyed at losing the championship, and he threw the hat over at Lewis Hamilton, who chucked at him. So yeah, Rosberg was showing his happiness there, a mistake which cost him the race win, and obviously Rosberg never won the US Grand Prix, and Hamilton has won this a few times, and it's been a good track for Mercedes in the past. Now Tom will be hoping that just commence here. It's exciting to get some laps on the board. We've got a few invalidations at the moment. I believe Tico will be our first guy to set a flying lap, and we'll see he's going for 5 corners. He's been quite solid so far, nice, consistent. He's got a nice handle on the track. He's running very close to that line. It's actually Luke's on pole position, our new driver, with 1 minute 49. But can Tico beat that? I think he can. Yes, he does a 45.9.
Just a
So
bit.
Tico needs a win to win the championship realistically, and he's definitely putting a good mark out there.
Yeah, Tom, who's currently down in 7th on a lap time right now. Purple's sector 2 for the Mercedes driver, running like yellow helmet as well, which is always lovely. I like a lovely yellow helmet in a Mercedes or a silver car. Just brings back all good memories. Through into the last couple of corners, the quad right-hander. Double left, bit twitchy on the rear end. There we come then into this corner, which I've seen many a car spin in the past through this one. As long as he keeps it in the track limits, which he does, can run all the way to the outside. Chuck it into the last corner, let the car run a little bit wide, but careful of those giant sausages. Up to line, this should be pole position, 145.5, another half a second quick led from Tico, which we believe everyone right now will be presumably saving their ERS. And this is going to be the interesting thing around here as well. You can push, you don't need to use all your ERS in one go around it. Put a little bit of fuel in, let the conditions come to you ever so slowly. Get the cars to rubber and the tyres to wear to a point where they grip up properly. And you can go for some good lap times. Robin Ress has dropped it somewhere, and that's the quadruple right handle. Q2 is out of this session as well. So, like we said, we're going to have only 8 drivers, 3, of course, taking engine penalties. That'll be Q2 Legend, whose engine blew up on the last lap at Spain. Yeah, did not go well for him. And, of course, we are also waiting for Hannes, who is unfortunately, well, not currently here because he's somewhere else. There are only 4 people so far, Mr. Jamie. He's rejoined, apparently. Well, he's on circuit right now. There, well, never mind. There he is, coming on the pit lane. So, yeah, there we go. So he's here again, just mysteriously appears exactly when I say it. There we go, Luke there, but only 4 so far saying a lap time, Jamie. Proving difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very difficult track. So easy to validate around it, especially in the Messi section, because you have to really push. As Robin West is on the lap here, I believe, and he's doing some of his back. Just ended the first sector now. As yeah, this track is very difficult to get right. As Conzo now, what can he do? He's going to cross line 80. I believe he's starting a lap. So Conzo, he's had some solid races this season in the Ferrari. He's definitely taken advantage of some misfortune with the drivers, and Conzo will be looking very chance for a podium start for the Ferrari man. And then this season on a high. He's got another yellow flag. I believe it's got Cameron Dowds who set the pace in the first sector. Obviously, that's where all the S's are. That's where it's so easy to make a mistake. It's going to break for this. You got to get the exit right here, because if you have a bad exit here, you lose all the time down the pit straight. And this is where most of the overtaking happen during the race. Now, there is 2 ways to set up around Kota. You either go low downforce to have a really good, in this section, really good straight line speed, but struggle in the corners a bit tighter, or you go high downforce, have excellent grip in first, second sector, but losing the straight. So, with this wet qualifying, I wonder if that might pin some more drivers towards maybe a higher downforce setup as a Mercedes man. Great lap here, double purple, but will this Red Bull of Luke get in his way? No, he gets out the way nicely there. So, if Cameron has a decent final sector, he'll get on pole quite easily. He may break in 1 minute 44s.
Yeah, that's a double left-hander. Final 2 corners on this circuit. Tico just comes into the pit. They spot the braking zone on the right-hand side. There it is, just where the white line is. Chuck it into the final corner. Build the revs through the last corner. Careful you don't floor it too much, because the rear end will say, nope, he won then. 145.2, so another 2.5 temps up then on Tom, who is currently on a lap time. Although I don't think it's a full-on push one. I think he's coming into the pit lane. We got Robin Ress, 8 seconds down. We got Conzo through the last corner. Let's see. Ferrari up to the line.
Not bad lap.
And then we've got Hannes. I think he's the next car to do a lap time. The Tom is 4 temps up, but into the pit then because they've invalidated. So Hannes, what's he doing? Sliding is what he's doing. So never mind. That's a weird slide, I must say, though. Appreciate the Sebastian Vettel helmet in the house. It does work, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks quite nice. Obviously, Vettel, he won't be racing that next season, but yeah, it's quite good. Obviously, he's proud being a Vettel fan. I believe Tom is running in a Lando Norris helmet in the Mercedes. That's a bit of an interesting one.
I thought it was a Hamilton helmet.
Nice, he had the Lando Norris thing on. There's Conzo, I believe that is in the game. As we've got a few guys. Conzo's set a green first sector, but this task is showing no times. Kieran cross line now. Kieran's a good lap here. Kieran on pole position there. 1 minute 45.1. I think this track started to drive a bit. I think his drives started to find a bit more grip on the circuit.
Yeah, it might be certainly track rubbering in ever so slightly. So let's see what they can do. I mean, it's very easy to make a mistake around here. It can happen, but let's see what these guys at the front. The top tier is Kieran. P1 then so far, like we mentioned just a few minutes ago. 45.1 is a very impressive lap time, but like I said, coming in the pit lane, we've got Konzo on a lap we presume is coming in, though.
See, Konzo, he has enough fuel to finish the lap. I think he'll finish it because he's about half a second up on his lap. So Konzo may put himself in the top 3, but he's finding these corners so easy his lap time. If you get on that curb and run wide, it's so easy to lose time. But Konzo, the great lap here, this could put him in the top 3.
Let's see. To the line. Can he get into the top 3? No. No, he can't. 4. Yeah. Anyone else want to do a lap that's up so far? We've got a few people on circuit, but the only one's Hannah's really on a push lap.
Everyone's on the slow lap.
Tico's invalidated, but he's on an out lap. So here we see then 0.002 up as he comes through the exit of what is the Maggots, Beckett's, Chaplin, and the Suzuka Resses mixed into one big kerfuffle. Down he comes then, where Sebastian Vettel's tyre decided to disintegrate once upon a time in 2018, I think it was. 2019, I think that was actually, into the left there, where you want to be careful, don't turn your validate, and then down this 1.2 kilometre long straight, slightly curved of course, you rise up and dip down over the crest. Herman Tilke developing this circuit, broke ground in 2010, of course first race in 2012, which Lewis Hamilton went on to win his first of I think 5 victories around this circuit. 2013 was Vettel, 2014 was Hamilton I believe as well, 15 Hamilton, 16 was Hamilton, 17 I think was Hamilton again, 18 was... You know what? I think it was Hamilton, actually. I can't remember. It's been a while. Oh, it's Raikkonen. Yeah, it was. My apologies. 19 was... In the first race in 110 years, Kimi Raikkonen. Well, in 110 years, Hannes might cross the line. Through he comes into the last 2 corners, and then see, for the first time in 162 years, here's Hannes setting his first lap time. That's going to be competitive, and the answer is, yes, it is. P3 for him then, so a 1 minute 45. It's a good lap.
Kieran's had 5 laps on these tyres. What if he's going to come in and maybe put a fresh set on? Kieran, that was his best, so he has pitted, I believe. He's doing this qualifying session on 1 set of tyres, and you have to say he's not going to have time to come in again, so Kieran's fancying doing laps on the wall, and he thinks the worn hitters are better than the fresh hitters.
Yeah, it's always possible. I mean, of course, I remember, and I suppose you remember as well, a race around Silverstone in another place, that we saw some drama up and down the field. So, it's always possible for stretching those wet tyres. And to my dismay, I have been told that I'm nearly correct, by the way, in terms of my race victories. 2019 was Bottas, and 2021 was Verstappen. So, I'm going to claim that as a victory to me.
Obviously, 2012, that was Hamilton's last race win as a McLaren driver.
Yeah, it was. Well, we would have won probably Brazil had he not been, you know, decimated by Hulkenberg. But, well, to be fair, maybe Hulkenberg won that race. What's going on at the last corner then? We've got Kieran in the pit lane, so he's a bye to your rules. He was on the lap time right now. We've got coming through the back end of the circuit. We've got Tom Purple.
He's on a good lap here, Tom, and obviously he hasn't done a lap in these conditions yet, so Tom and Luke's on an out lap, so I believe it is Hannes, is he on a lap? No, he's on an invalid lap, so it'll be Tom next. He's 3 attempts up in the first set, so I think Tom, if he gets lap in, he'll absolutely smash the pole position time, and this will be for sure in the 44s if he gets this lap in. But it's so easy to make a mistake in this position, so easy to lock a break up here and go deep. But Tom's a great driver, he locks up a bit there, but carries nice momentum through the corner. Now this section here, we may see a bit of side-by-side action in this corner, because you can definitely lunge up the inside here and go side-by-side. As Tom is purple sector 2 again, so Tom is on an absolute barnstorming lap here. This would be pole position by a fair distance, I'm going to say.
Let's see then. I'm going to guess 3.5 attempts. Let's see through the quadruple right-handed, imitating Turkey's turn 8 in the wrong direction. And then, of course, into the penultimate 2 corners, which is kind of like the last 2 corners of Austria, to be fair, actually, in reverse, thinking of it. Where he comes in into the last corner, which is slightly more tighter, and then, of course, up towards, which is very famously the turn 1 at Austria. It is pole position by a bit more than 4 attempts. I mean, he's got 144.4, but that is 7 temps quicker than Kieran. That is a statement. Cameron Dowardlow on a lap time as well. He's a couple of temps up in Sector 1. Was about 2.5 temps up in Sector 2. Costa should go up to P2 then. 6 temps up then. So, game on for the front two. Where is Tico in all of this right now? He's down in 6th position. This isn't looking very good. He hasn't validated his lap time, but he was going again.
You can have 2 more laps from here. You can have 2 more laps. You get time for 2 more laps, and it may come down to the last guy across the line. He may get the best conditions. So as Cameron, look, he's almost 2 tenths off pole. It's a great lap there by the Mercedes man. He's showed some decent pace for these races, and he's joined the league. Because now Tico's going to go again, and Tico needs to get in that Mercs. He cannot be afford to be 2 or 3 rows behind her. He's
this is going to be the lap then to decide, well, 1 of 2 laps potentially to decide what he's going to do. Then turn 1 complete. Then as he comes through turn 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Of course, left, right, down into 6th, down into 5th, up to 6th. Spot the braking zone, down into 4th, slightly up to 5th there. A little bit sketchy for the tyres, but 2 temps up in Sector 1 then. Into the right, down into 3rd. Up through the gears, into 4th. Hannah's out, slight twitch on the rear, up to 5th. Into 6th, up to now 7th gear, you're revving up to nearly top gear now, down back into 4th gear, down into 3rd, into 2nd in fact, then through the left-hander, spot the braking zone, spot the acceleration, bang he goes, straight away then, let's see, this has got to be perfect for him if he wants any opportunity of getting on pole with 1 minute to go in qualifying. Let's see how he does the braking zone, uses all the track on the right-hand side. Slight lock of the brakes, but he hits the apex absolutely sensationally then. Through he comes then, up into 3rd gear. Back down into 2nd, into the right. How's the timing looking? It's not lighting the timing screens up as long as he gets himself in the top 3. That's all that matters then as he stays in 3rd. Up into 4th, yellow's at turn number 1. There's a Mercedes going slightly wide. Slight twitch in these twitchy conditions then as he all floats right. Let's spot the braking zone into the penultimate corner, down into 4th. Alana Curb uses as much runoff as he can use on the outside, and a little bit more for good measure through the last corner with a couple of seconds spare. Can he get it on pole position? It's good enough for 3rd then, but he might try and go again. Hasn't used a lot of his ERS, so he's going to go for 1 final proper push.
That's a good lap because he had virtually no battery all race. Yeah, he was impressed lap there, so we should go quicker here. As I think that was Cameron making a mistake, so Cameron's done, so he's not going to improve. Well,
Tom up by 10th.
Yeah, Tom's up by 10th. Can Tom? He may need to improve if Tico's doing that lap with no ERS. So Tico may need to. Tom, sorry, may need to just further give him a buffer. 3 temps up. This may be in the 43s if he gets a good final sector going. He may get in the 1 minute 43s.
Let's see. He gets the apex pretty good there. A little bit lethargic though. The Mercedes front end not really responding as he would like then. Through he comes then. This is a lot better than what Tico could do. This is grippy. As long as he doesn't bottle the final 2 corners, this very much is going to be a 143.8, I reckon. Here he comes then into the last corner. 43.8 the target. Can he get a 43.8? The answer to that is going to be not nearly a 43.8 then. A couple of attempts up. What is Mr. Tico doing? 4 attempts up in Sector 2. And it's not again setting the timing screens alight. But he's good. He's definitely going to 2nd.
To 4th. Kieran, he's cross line now. What can he do? He's up on his time. Can he pick Conzo? Yes, he can up to 3rd. I believe the next guy cross line will be Tico. So we'll see what he does. 3 attempts up. He may get the front row here. He won't challenge, he won't threaten pole, but he may get the front row.
In the class corner, that looks smooth. Get the power on nice and early. Punch it and up to the line. Can he go on the front row? Yes, he can. 4 temps down on Tom. That there is a commanding run, and I think that is everyone. Cameron Dowards is coming into the pit lane in a few seconds' time. So that is his lap time done then. So it is Tom on provisional pole from Tico. Cameron Dowards in 3rd. Kieran in 4th from Conzo in 5th. Robin will start 6th from Hannes in 7th. Luke in 8th from the Q2 legend. And George Chalkley down in the bottom position then, of course, as well. So, topsy-turvy qualifying. Drama low. Top 2 starting on the front row.
Yeah, just see, and obviously that's what we want to see. The two championship contenders at the front, obviously 5 points separating them. Tommy, obviously, is a favourite. He's shown great pace in the wet, but drive could be a completely different matter there. Look on Paul by 4.5 attempts. Got Cameron in third, good qualifying from him. Kieran in fourth, Conzo in fifth, probably his best of the season. Robin West in sixth, Hannes in seventh, Luke's debut in eighth. A steady debut for him. He'd be looking just to maybe get some experience leading to next season. And obviously you've got them three at the back who did their engine wear penalties. And Legend, watch out for Legend, because he's shown great pace his last 2 races. And Legend is in a position where he's going to try and secure the top 3 championship. And obviously with Kieran up his main rival for that, he'll be looking maybe to get some good points and secure the top 3 in the drivers. As in terms of the Constructors' Championship, Aston Martin are 25 points ahead of Mercedes. So Aston Martin in a good position if Tico finishes in top 3, I believe Aston Martin will take the Constructors.
Yeah, it certainly is. Dry conditions ahead of the drivers now, of course, here in COTA. And what a finale we are going to be giving up, of course. Comparing it to, of course, what you saw in the other 2 tiers, because unfortunately P4 was not streamed. But in the other 2 tiers, it was, of course, in the Bahrain International Circuit. But here, we get all the action, we get all the love, of course. And that is COTA. All to ourselves. How kind of them to loan the entire circuit out to us.
Yep. Obviously, yeah. The problem is we've only 11 drivers. On the wet qualifying, there won't be too much rubber on this track, so the drivers maybe show a bit of grip at the start of the race as we're going to get going. Obviously, go straight to the race start, so not much build up here. So here we go. Good luck to our championship contenders, and hopefully let's have a nice, clean, solid, good race.
Yes, indeed. Well, in 15 seconds, one single driver will win the race and that title. But who is it going to be, though? 3, 2, 1, and then we'll get ready to go then. So, here we are then on the grid. The 5 red lights. Look, but never stare. Because here today, who will be champion today as we leave the grid in... Here we are then, we do leave the grid in COTA, it's lights out, away we do go then. And it's Tom leading, coming straight away then. It's Tico going for the inside line into turn number 1. Yes, he is, they're going to bang wheels, they already have then. The top 2 coming together nearly. Soft first, mediums, the outside line. This is Brim, he's forced off the road then, straight away. They're going to toss the 2 championship rivals. Have tossed immediately, but Tico threw into the lead then, here in COTA. Remember, whoever wins this race will win the title. Paddes has reset to second already after a spin at the back then, so trouble for him, but Tico, what a start he needs to then. He would have picked up a warning straight away, but he's got through into the lead. First chance to come back low for Tom. Down this straight then, long straight. Is he going to use all of his ERS? Trying to get back through because he knows right now if Thomas gets away, he's going to try and bow it, so he's going to have to try something then. He's closing. Going to have a look up the inside. He is going to look up the inside. Can he get the car stopped? No, he can't, but he's just about going to get the exit. They almost touch again then. Leads to Linus Stern as they come through into the back end of the circuit. But Tico crucially now has a few tenths of a gap then. 3, 4 attempts, that's what he needs to do then. That's the exact start he wants then. And now he can try and pull away then the 2 Mercedes. Second and third. Then comes Robin up to 4th. Legend from Kieran, Konzo, Chalky. Then comes Lakito, Luke and Hannes. But what a crucial start that for Tico.
On them soft tyres, he had to get the move done. It was very aggressive there. He really... He sort of took that warning. I think he took that warning. I've got to get through, and obviously now... Tom, all he needs is second place to win the championship. If he gets second or third in the fastest lap, he will win the championship. So Tom, he may not be too unhappy, but he won't want to let Tico pull away, and he won't want to be under threat from cars behind as they've got Chalky again move on Cons there into turn 1, and he gets that move done. But yeah, Tico's crucial. He's broken DRS at the moment, but these soft tyres around COTA, they don't last very long, and they do tend to overheat. So Tom's playing long game here, but yeah, Tico was crucial to get through there. And apart from Hannes' reset track, I think that was a pretty clean opening lap.
Yeah, it certainly was. Ooh. Oh, what on earth was that? Oh, okay. I've got a desync. Oh, dear God. Oh, my goodness me. Oh, God. Kieran is upside down. My God, what's happening? Oh, my. Oh, it's all fine. Oh my dear God. It's okay. It's okay, ladies and gentlemen. I have just witnessed a fatality, but it's all good now. Kieran has landed on his world. He has actually lost 2 positions from that, though I think he was behind anyway. Never mind. I love this game. Really do. It's absolutely diabolical sometimes. Oh!
It's a very brave move there. Robin West just has it. Legend is very good steady. Great start. 5 places after his engineer penalty. And Legend, he may get involved in Champions League these front 2. You know, he's definitely got the pace to get up with there. But
Kieran!
Good defense as Kieran has spun round. And
well, now he's off.
Yeah, that's going to further help Legend in his hunt for third championship. Now will Legend go for it turn 1? He's very aggressive there. If he goes for that, he should go for it to turn 1. As
he's close.
He's going to go for it inside here. He'll send it, surely. Robin West will have the outside line, but Chico, the Legend, so he gets the move done. He's up to 4th place. Will Robin fight back? No, he can't.
He doesn't.
Move there by Legend, and if he can get back at Cameron's DRS, then he's in the lead. He's in the lead back after 3 laps. That's quite impressive. The first 3 laps of him as Tom. I wonder if Cameron is going to help his teammate here. I don't know if these two communicate. I don't know if they do. Because we weren't teammates originally, so. If I was a Mercedes guy, I'd be telling Cameron Dowds not to get involved too much in the battle with his teammate.
And we have just heard, by the way, we have officially, well, we've got 2 champions confirmed so far today. Gaz winning in P3, of course. We have just got confirmed that J. Cole winning in P2, but who's going to win in P1, of course. And you're wondering who won that P4 championship? Well, he's in the party with me. It's Jamie. Won at this circuit, ironically. So you're... Yes, and Constructors as well was gained by McLaren earlier today as well. So congratulations, Jamie, for a double. Of course, with your teammate Mason John as well. Yep, I mean, well, Hannah's, he's disconnected further down the back. But, tell you what, I don't think these 2 Mercedes are going to work together, you know, because they got awfully close there, didn't they?
And allowing Legend to get in this battle, and if I was Tom, I'd be a bit nervous at the moment because look, he's got 2 second gap to Legend, and he can see the likes of Cameron, Legend, and Robin West all within prayer. And these 3 are all quick drive. These 3 can take the Tom. Yeah, if I was Tom, I'd be feeling a little bit nervous. This sort of reminds me a bit of past championship where the championship driver sort of he's sort of tensed up at the first few laps, and he's just got to get into nice rhythm, and he's struggled with pace compared to his teammate. This is quite surprising. Obviously, I do obviously shout out to Gaza and J. Cole, obviously both Red Bull drivers. So Red Bull having a great season in one hub racing, and yeah, obviously I believe Gazzaman and Alls, both my former teammates, have won the title as well. So shout out to them as Chalkers. George Chalky is our first driver to get a 3-second time penalty, and he will not be the last.
It's easy to. Where is Chalky up right now? He's up into 6th position. If he's coming through the field, meanwhile, 2 Mercedes getting a bit close.
Cameron is going for it. He's backing out of it though. I think maybe he's half helped his teammate, half not. I think Cameron is definitely quicker than his teammate, but
I don't think it was close enough. Meanwhile, who's that off? Is that Robin Ress? How's that happened?
Yeah, he's spun and he's recovered. He's down to 9th place. You've got to be careful now. Some tyres were talking about. I was him. I'd pit now. and get off them tyres.
Yeah, get off the set of mediums.
You've got Legends past Cameron. We missed all that. Sorry, Legend in all that. Legend has overtaken Cameron Dowds, and now Tom. He hasn't got the comfort of his teammate band. He's got a bright orange McLaren who is a really rapid driver. And this again, Chico's still doing a great job. He's still the gap's sort of stabilising now, and Tom. Got to pick up the pace a little bit at the moment, if he can, of course.
Let's see if he's got anything. 2.2 seconds. Remember, this race is going to come back to him later on, presumably. But yeah, Legends now. That's going to be the interesting one. His bubble, his gamble, really, is to have that Mercedes behind him. He hasn't anymore. That Mercedes, by the way, he almost just dropped it there as well. So Cameron Dowd's trying to push. I think that actually might be a little bit of lag on my end, actually. Not the first time I've seen interesting shenanigans go on so far, but hopefully not the last. As we see Legend then trying to push on. Gap now 5/10 of a second. And we saw Cameron backing out of moves ever so slightly down here. I'll tell you what, with 5/10 of the gap right now, this straight being this long, you'd reckon Legend could get very close to him.
Yeah, he's not using his battery though. I think at the moment he's just trying to get the position for the overtake. Maybe later on, as Cameron's actually closing in on. Cameron's has really good straight line speed. He's gaining a lot on the straights compared to 2 cars ahead as he almost taps the back of McLaren as Nikita has overtaken Konzo for 7th place. So the 2 Ferraris had a bit of a swap on there. As you've got 2 ERT drivers fighting for 9th place in Luke and Robin West, and Kieran also down in 10th. So the ERT boys having a good battle further down the field. And now Legend. Now, if you're Chico, when would you pit? That's the key question. Cause you're doing good at the moment. I'd stay out at the moment, but you don't want to be that lap too late. If you're that lap too late, you can lose a second lap easier.
Oh, Robin and Kieran.
Track, yeah, I think they've come to blows. I think.
Yes, I think certainly so. That both of them pointing backwards is that? Oh, that's an invalid. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, they're confused.
There might have been a
Robin coming into the pits. Hannah's got a legal overtake. Was like, I'll let you through, and then realised, oh, hang on, I can't do that because it's illegal. That's a shame, but they'll carry go. Hannah's back in the session, by the way, after earlier's disconnection, so that's good to see. 11 drivers
closing in on Tom, and if Legend overtakes Tom, then Tom will be out of the championship gaining position. And Tico's doing a great job them softs, you have to say. He's doing a great job. Lap 6, he's not really losing the pace of the cars, and if anything, he's slightly pulling away. And look at Cameron though. Cameron might have an opportunity to repass them McLaren here. This may make Tom's life a little bit easier.
He's going to cover the inside line. That's going to be awfully close then, and he's got to be careful they brake right on time. They don't want to cream into the rear end of that Mercedes. Outside line though, they're going to give each other enough room. Matt McLaren's got the inside line. We'll squeeze him out ever so slightly. Little Cameron might try the undercut, but that's not going to work around the outside in the dry historically. It'll be very brave stuff. Might try the double switcheroo, but it's still not going to work. That McLaren parking the bus absolutely perfectly there. The bright orange McLaren as well, which I will say resplendent compared to the pink one they've just brought out. Yellow flags. Kiko in, Kieran has dropped it.
Again, and I believe Konzo spun it as well. It's so easy to make mistakes in this track because Konzo, will that bring out some sort of safe?
Nah, it won't. He's fine.
No, it won't. He's recovered. We have had to take cars with spins in the past now. So where is Tico come out with some nice
set to soft for Tico?
Yeah, so he'd go double soft.
Soft, medium. 714, and then that'll work.
If he had good solid six, he did a good 6 laps of them softs there.
Yeah, he's ahead as well. That's crucial.
And obviously he's got 3-second gaps. He's got a bit of clear air now to push and maybe go for a bit of an undercut as now. Tom is starting to eke away a bit from Legend. I wonder if Tom is starting to up the pace a little bit. Maybe seeing that his rivals pitted and he maybe feels like I need to put some good laps here to get in a good position out on the race. Obviously we'll be on softer tyres later on. I wonder if all these guys are going for the double soft or will any of them have to go on a hard tyre as now Legend is sort of stuck now. He can't really get anywhere near Tom, but Cameron is not really threatening. George Chalk in 4th place. Having a solid drive so far now. Nikita, is he going to send him inside? No, he doesn't. He thinks better of it.
Lakitu's having a better run of form so far this afternoon. He's currently up there in 5th position. But I'll say though, by the way. Oh goodness. What am I hearing in the background? Oh god. It's okay. I don't know what that was. Some alien was in my ear then. I think it's all good. Was that you? Was that you? Oh! Yeah. Lakitu! Oh, that's not Lakitu, that's Chalkers. Never mind, I thought that was Lakitu off then.
A good race. He has a moment. What is because of it? Luke has left the session, so he had a bit of connection issues. As Tico had to go around the outside there. That was a bit of nerve for Tico. Obviously, that car ghosting plan for him, and Tico now has got set some really good laps there. Yeah, I believe had a bit of an internet issue there, so maybe that's what happened. But
was that what happened?
Yeah, back now. So
sounded like you were getting murdered by a paper bag.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all good now.
I was terrified. I thought that was it. Lost my co-com.
No, we're all good. We're all good. As Chalky now leaves the pit lane after that incident, and he's going to come out in 10th place. And
Robin
recover, obviously.
Legend penalty.
Well, we've got Konzo Luke. Oh, sorry, I'll get this out there, but whereas Luke is a lagged out car. So
yes, I know it does that, doesn't it? You see a battle with not many people, and you're like, battle. No, never mind. I mean, tell you what, Tom's pushing it a little bit. He's starting to use more ERS. I tell you what, Legend's coming back into this again.
Yeah.
The question is, look, like you said earlier on, he set his car up for the middle sector because he is not pulling as much you'd imagine through the first sector. Well, meant through the main straight, big thing.
Oh, this reminds me of me last week where I had 0 straight lines to me and had to just go for it in corners. And yeah, obviously he will be aided by the tyre wear. And actually, tyre wear is quite similar between the front and rear. If anything, Cameron's got slightly more tyre wear than the guys have. So these guys are all quite similar tyre wear, quite similar on pace. So there's a Chico now. Where's he gonna?
Oh, that's early. That's early for Legend in the pits.
Yeah,
now that's a surprise.
He surely will have to run the hard tyres at one stage because you can't do double softs.
Is that a set of hards or is that? What's that? Set of hards?
He's going softs at the end, so Legend is going for a slightly different strategy. Chico sets a scorching fast lap there, 1 minute 35, and he will come out comfortably ahead of Legend. Legend not even left the pit lane yet. And when he come out ahead of Hannes and Konzo, this is crucial for his race. He needs to come ahead of them, and he does.
Well, that's an interesting strategy here, because I'd imagine, of course, the medium tyres can do a minimum 14, 15, 16 laps around here. Do 14 laps, then you've got 2 sets of 7s, and you get to the end of the race. So, that's quite baffling. I don't know why. I don't know. Legend knows something that we don't know, that the hard tyres are better, but that's not going to pay off because the gap he's got now to Tico, it's like 6-7 seconds.
Yeah, I didn't really get to use the hard tyres because we had a really wet race, but I did notice when I did my practice, when I ran, that sometimes if you don't have the right setup around here, you can get your soft tyres can overheat after like 5 or 6 laps. I wonder if he's having overheating issues. Maybe he's going for aggressive action. Now look at Hannes, he's on warm tyres, and Legend, he's on cold tyres. There won't be hook temperature yet. This is the opportunity for Hannes maybe pressurise Legend to an overtake. But I think Legend has just about got it underway. Legend, them tyres should be now nice up temperature as them first sector really does give it to them. As the front two are going to pit, one of Merck's going to pit. Are they both going to stay out? I believe they're going to stay out. Yes, they do.
Yeah, you'd imagine right now they go until lap 14, 2 sets of softs into this race, do the alternative strategy of Tico. But, mind we don't get a safety car later on. That can put a spanner in the works. So, let's see, as, I thought for a second that was disconnect, how someone's crashed then, but it's linked for a
Yeah.
It's all good. Honzo into the pit lane right now, but we are officially back with, I presume, 11 drivers just about again. Question mark, smiley face. Luke's AI comes in. They said joined. I swear he said joined. Yet. Right, okay. Thank you Ted, in my ears, for informing that Luke has rejoined, but hasn't rejoined. So, make that as we will. Up front, Tom and Cameron separated by a bit of time. Chalky has picked up another 3 second time. How many is he on right now? I think that's 6. So we've got 6 for Likitu, 6 for Hanno, 6 for Chalky, 3 for Legend, and also Robin, and that is it so far for penalties. So only a couple of penalties so far, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 11. So that is 45% of the grid has a penalty so far.
Yep. Well, we go high in that show. As Tico's now 12 seconds off the lead, and when these two pit, they're going to be a long way behind.
10 seconds, isn't it?
Yeah, they're going to be a long way behind. And obviously, they will be on better tyres, but that's a massive gap to overcome. And the sort of, when Cameron Dowds, he may be getting a task penalty. I'm not sure. He may be getting a task penalty. So that may affect a yellow flag here.
Ghost yellows? Was that ghost? That was a ghost, wasn't it?
So I might have a little moment there. Thank me. We could get sometimes. Cameron Dowds is shadowing his teammate here. He's not really going for an overtake. I believe he's helping his teammate in a way as Chalk as Hannah's in the pit.
Robin
is in the pit, so he's gonna. That's his first pit stop of the race. He's got a yellow flag set to 3 again. I believe that might be Robin West at the moment.
Yeah, dropped it through that quadruple right-hander then. So another one of those drivers to come foul of that one is Konzo coming out just ahead of Hanno's right there. So that is good for them. Again, though, up front, again, yellow flag, and there is Kieran, and you know what I mentioned? That's the safety car delta, and it is.
So that's good news for Who's that? The Tico
That's
can
not
come
good
in.
news for Tom and Cameron, though, is it? Because they
Tico
can't
can
go
pit
2
for
sets of
hards,
softs.
go to the end. He can pit for hards and go to the end. So yeah.
He could pit for mediums and go to the end, really.
Oh yeah, he hasn't used mediums yet. Yeah, he can pit. Yeah, he can put mediums on. Yeah, he can put mediums on. Go
Remember,
to the
this
end.
safety car not coming in until that. Wow. So we got 12, 13, 14. We have been confirmed. Cameron Dowles will get a Taz penalty. So that is, was it 5 seconds, isn't it?
A second, yeah. So.
Right, what's that going to do in this race then? And we got
Yeah.
Luke back? No. Leaders come in
Tell
then.
him to take cars out and he can try and get rejoining me back in the races. The two Mercs are double stacking here, so this is interesting. Tico will surely pit now.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, no brainer to pit on this safety car with the gaps they've got at the moment. And what tyres on the Mercs can go for? Is there a difference of tyres?
Set of softs.
Cameron is on, yeah, both on soft tyres. And Tico's in, and he's going to go for a set of
mediums.
Tyres, get to the end of the race. Now, will Tom and Cameron pit next lap? Will they pit next lap?
They got a pit, I reckon. Now, I mean, what tyres have they got on option then? They've got the hards. That's it.
Yeah, obviously they've both used the medium tyres in the first stint. So yeah, this is going to play for advantage Tico. And obviously, Legend, he's in third place. He's pitted for soft. So Legend, obviously these guys. I wonder if these guys pitted for softs just to come in next lap and put the intended tyre on at the end of the race. As Chalky's on hard tyres, he's done it. So we'll see who's done their 2 stops. Tom, Cameron, Nikitu, and Hannah's. Robin, West and Luke are yet to do their... Robin's is actually in, so we've got Tom, Cameron, Nikitu and Hannah's still yet to pit, and I'll be amazed if they didn't pit this lap. With only 10 drivers, the likelihood of another safety car is quite minimal, so surely you're going to have to pit and just...
Take the pain now and gain
Tom
it later on.
Tom will have to get some overtaking done if he wants to win this championship.
Yeah, if anyone can do it, it's Tom, though. He is, I believe, of course. Let's have a look. I'm pretty certain he's leading this championship. He is leading this championship. And 5 points, and of course, from his rival. 1, 2, 3 victories this season, compared to, of course, the 2 for Tico so far as well. Other victors this season. Legend won a race. I think he's the only other driver to have won a race this season as well, of course, which has been a race of ups and downs. You are wondering, by the way, why is the top 2 got 99.84, and then of course there's a massive gap down into 3rd, and it's because everyone else has missed quite a few races apart from the top guys who have finished every single race bar 1. That is Tom, DNF'd out of the 1st race.
That was a pre-season race Tom DNF'd out of, so that was
never mind.
a non-point race. But yeah, these 2 have been by far the class of the field. Obviously, Legend, when he did race, he missed the first 2 races. He's been up there. I think Legend was around for the first 2 races. He could have been up there for sure, I fight for the championship, but he wasn't able to round. He's got a safety car.
They're coming in.
Yep. Winning the pits. No surprise there. No surprise there. As Hannah's, yeah, they're all going to come in. It's an absolute no-brainer to pit.
Well, there you go on set hards, isn't it? They got to.
So Tom, I think, will come out in, I believe, 5th place. 5th place, wasn't it? Or 6th.
They're going to come out way down this, aren't they?
They're on hard tyres, I believe.
Nikita ahead as well, so that's not worked for Cameron Doward. Well, they're going to come out 6th, 7th position, I'd say then. Red Bull's going to come out ahead, so that's Luke. He's out of this race anyway, so...
yeah.
6th position, really.
Luke, no issue, but the problem with behind Luke on the restarts, the AI cars on the restart, they tend to do some strange things. So he may fall behind. Obviously, if you do overtake, he may get a penalty. So there's a moment. Fast lap is going to Tico, and I see on the set of mediums to the end, Tico may be getting that fast lap point, which may actually become the deciding factor if he's winning. And obviously, if Tico wins the race with fast lap point, and Tom will have to finish 2nd. So you'll have to finish 2nd, and Legends on the soft, so that's an interesting call. They will not get to the end of the race.
Let's have a look. What about these medium tyres? We're at that 13 out of 28 we've got, so 15 laps to get. I should do that.
Yeah, these guys are the best at tyre management, so if anyone do it, these guys can, but yeah.
That'd be screaming.
Yeah. He needs to pull a gap. If I was Tico, would you fight Legend on the restart? Well, we just let him go in the soft, so would you just try to play the long game here, or do you have to really keep position?
You'd imagine right now the ideal situation is you've got faster guys behind you. Your championship rival is right down there, right at the back right now. Safety car in this lap. If I was the race leader, and if it was in my shoes, but of course we've got racer's instinct, we want to win, I wouldn't fight this right now. Think of this bigger picture. This championship is going to be pretty close, and Legend needs to back off a little bit there. Let's be careful he doesn't run into the side of the Aston Martin. He's not meant to go alongside them historically, but I think he's got himself back in a position. Meanwhile, everyone else behind dropping ever so slight as we get ready to go in a few seconds' time. As Tico leaving it a little bit late right now, warming those tyres up. Make sure he keeps a nice consistent speed delta, which he's just about doing. 60 miles an hour then, as he comes through the last corner. Safety car is in, so he's going to bolt it right now, I reckon. Right now. There we go. Nope.
No.
Yes. Nope. Look careful doing this.
Oh, it's gone now. He's sort of left Legend asleep there. Legend
he's left us asleep.
That's amazing. Legend just sleep at the wheel there. That answers my question. He's going to bolt and go for it. As I look at Chalky, he's got a great run on the hard tyres. Legend hasn't warmed his tyres up.
Tell you what, I reckon Tico might get himself in a bit of trouble there. He did go and stop and then go again. As Tom gets himself up into 6th position there. Hannah's down 1 or 2 positions. He's out of this as well. So, that's crucial. Luke is in this race again.
Yeah. You got the key to all the back of him. Luke's really struggling his second. Luke, he's inside. He gets moved on as Cameron down. Yeah.
Is he in this race or is he not?
No, his car's solid, so I presume he's in this race. But he had a bit of moment in the S's. As,
he's going a lot slower than normal, though.
Hannes doesn't rejoin the session, obviously. Luke's having connection issues tonight. As Conzo's got a run on Robin Wesley for 4th place.
Yeah, let's see which way you're going to go. Presumably neither direction right now. Wait for a few laps and then get the DRS. Cameron Dowd's past Lee Cutie. That one a slightly easier manoeuvre, you would imagine. Tico's got to get a move on. Off the road goes Robin Rest. Comes out alongside Conzo. Has he got the job done, though? Yes, he has. Off the road, though. So, up the inside, there comes the Mercedes. That's brave, and he wants to be careful not to have contact, which he does do so. Tom sent spinning round 360 degrees, and he had to be a bit more circumspect about trying to pass him, but now he's in right trouble. Right trouble. Now he's all the way down in 8th, but he's going to be coming a cropper as Hannes gets just out of the way as well. But that there, a championship deciding potential move there. Has he got damage from that one? Looking at it, I don't think so. So he might get away, but that's going to be another spanner in the works.
Yeah, Tom's finished 2nd in the last 2 championships in Monobrace top tier, so Tom is desperate to break that itch, but that safety car came at the wrong time for me. He needs to get 2nd place, and look at the cap to 2nd place at the moment is... It's 10 seconds, and he's got to get his foot down. Obviously, the guys that some of the guys that he may be able to get, but... That's a big mistake for him. It's going to make his job a hell of a lot harder. I still think he can do it. His car has survived that damage, got more damage, and he got away with that. Hannes is back in his car, and he may threaten. Obviously, he's an ERT driver, so if he can help out his ERT stablemate by overtaking the then I think Tika would take that. But yeah, Tom, that could have gone a lot worse for him.
Here goes Hannes. He is going to do it then. DRS activity got close enough. Tom's burning his DRS. He knows right now the car behind is aggressive. He might try it. He thinks better of it. Gets awfully close though, and that car is limping on those tyres. It's not looking very good. Those hards aren't biting. They aren't warming up like he'd expected. Is Hannes going to try and think of a manoeuvre? Thinks better of it right there. He's seen 1-2 cars go diving up the inside and pull it off. Tom, however, tried it. Didn't quite so work for him, of course, and he might have to take it on the chin as well. Tell you what, Hannes got a lot of understeer.
DRS is enabled, so he may fancy moving to turn 1 here. If he can get the DRS, he should be in DRS zone here. So it's obviously Tom takes about 3 or 4 laps for these hards to get to a nice weight temperature. But Tom has a great exit there, and Hannes has not got the DRS open. That was a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, for some reason, just sitting back a little bit, then probably doesn't want to fight too heavily right now, knowing the bigger things to come. But up front, 2.2 seconds now, that gap. Then Legend's not really done what I'd expected him to do, to be fair, Jamie, has he? We thought he was going to be attack, but he's just dropping back, isn't he, a little bit?
The good news for Tom, he's not got a single warning for corner cutting, so he is a good boy on the track limits, and that may be the deciding factor. Penalties, if you can get penalties, guys' head, it may work out. But Hannes is still hounded back in his Mercedes. And I think now, surely we use DRS now. Surely you got to use it now. There's no brainer to use it now. He's on the battery, only DRS, and this will be an easy move for P7.
I'd say that low, but he's closing. Now he's going up the inside line. Now he's just about gotten off straight line speed. Here comes the Hashtag up the inside of the potential champion-elect. He's the championship leader. But so far down in unless he's going to try and come up the inside line, but he's got to be more aggressive than this right now. He needs to get these manoeuvres and stay ahead. Dropping further down the field, this is only ruining his championship. The only thing that he gamble on right now is a safety car. But if he comes out now, he's going to be completely buggered. So he's got to wait. He's got to hope a safety car comes out around about lap 20 for him, 21. And Lenny, well, really, lap 19 is the ideal situation for a safety car for him, and then he go on a set of softs to the end of this race. He'll have another set of softs as well, though, so this is going to be curious. Meanwhile, up the inside comes Chalky, up the inside of the Williams, then that is Chalky actually going around the outside. Robin Rest going up the inside, my apologies. The AlphaTauri, inside line for the left-hander, gets the job done right there. Nicely moved there. As talking of penalties, and you mentioning it could come into fact.
Could be crucial. Tico's got a 3-second time penalty. That could be a decisive factor in this championship. He did not want that to happen, and that means that could help Tom later on. But Tom is struggling. These hard tyres are not working for the moment. They come back to late in the race, but Tico on his mediums. Now Tico, can he make these mediums last? Because I'm looking at its tyre wear at the moment. It is on 20%, so it's sketchy in the race for him. Tyre wear may come to bite him in the race.
I think it's 5 laps per 20%. We've got, well, 11 laps to go, so 60%, and ideally his tyres should be on. I'm going to say roughly 62%, I'm going to say, right at the end of this race. So it's going to be interesting to see. They should get to the end. He's going to be gambling on a safety car. But behind him as well, Legend's not going to be able to go to the end of this race. Then we've got Robin Rest. Then we've got Chalkers on the hards. Then we've got Cameron on the hards. The rest of them on the hards, apart from Hannes on the soft tyres. Luke's managed to get himself back in. Never mind. Back out the session again. But let's be careful, keep rejoining and leaving, because he will cause a desync, which we don't want to see.
I think Tom's now starting to get these hard tyres up and that working nice now. He's starting to close in the back of Hannes again, so we may see a repass very shortly for 7th place. Tom's now starting to pick up the pace, which he has to do, I think.
Yeah, this could be quite crucial. Tom needs to get a move on. He's so far then 99 points in this championship. Looking like he could get it up to near 115 if he's lucky. But right now, not looking like 115, is it? It's only looking like, I'm going to say 107, I think, the point total for him right now. Tico should go 25 points, so he's on 94. So Tom third and fastest lap to be champion, so he's not doing it right now. In fact, the fastest lap of this race is here goes. Tom makes that an easy move this time. That is the situation of running more downforce than not, isn't it? Because we saw Hannes, he couldn't get nowhere near in a straight line, really, to Tom. Tom, low, blast straight past, didn't use any ERS either.
Nope. Good move there, and he's 13 seconds off the race lead, so yeah, he just needs to. Obviously, he's got Likita up next, and then he's got his teammate Cameron, and that should be easy work, I guess. But see, these penalties ahead are crucial because Robin West got 6 seconds, Chalk's got 6 seconds, so actually Tom is actually ahead of these guys already on penalties, and Legend's on 4 warnings, so this track limit, this championship could come down to track limits.
It certainly could do. It's a thing. It certainly could do. The question is, what was everyone going to be doing?
And Legend pitting again. He probably will take the fast lap away from Tico. So it may mean that Tom may only finish 3rd. So that's another thing to keep an eye out for.
This championship, and we've got 11 laps to go, 10 laps to go. And all to play for so far. Tico has done absolutely everything he can possibly do so far. As there we can see Chalkers battling with Robin Rest. Robin Rest with a good exit low again on those medium tides. Back past he comes, uses all of his ERS. Side by side, this is going to be close. He's almost squeezing him off the track there. This is not giving each other very much space. Outside line, has he got the job done? Is Robin going to go back up the inside? He is. He's going to get the car stopped. No, he's not. Runs into the side. These two getting a little bit frosty now. Back up the inside comes Chalky. And then see then outside, inside. Which way are you going to go? You're going to shake it on the back up the inside. Potentially he's good Chalky. No, backs out of it there. Thinks better Robin behind him. Cameron Dowards is pushing on, but Robin Rest. That's kind of the manoeuvres he wants to do. Now can he push away?
Legends at the moment in the S's. I wonder if he'll pit because he almost spun it there. Managed to hold on, but he's lost a lot of time there. A bit of them softs are starting to give away for him.
He's gambling on a safety car. That's the only thing he can gamble on right now, isn't it?
He lost 2 seconds that lap, a 1 minute 39 that lap compared to the 36s the cars around. So yeah, that's not been a great lap there by Legend, and that may hurt him in his comeback when he pits again, which he surely have to do because he's not getting the sauce at the end.
Yeah, this is going to be very, very close. I don't know who's going to win this championship right now. As things stand, it should be, I'm pretty certain, Tico is in the championship seat, but with penalties...
Yeah.
That's the thing, and we're talking of them. There's another one. I think as long as Tom doesn't pick up a penalty, he's champion here today.
Yeah, because he's going to have to pit, and yeah, obviously he's going to close on Nikita, who he should get by pretty easily. And the only problem is he's got these guys head battling. That they losing time. He's got Cameron Dowds now overtaking Chalky. Even Chalky, he's starting to struggle now. I believe he's going to get on to now. Cameron up the inside of Robin West. Robin West goes wide there, and Cameron is going to get the move done. Robin West is going to fight around the inside. No Chalk. Dowds off the outside. They're both giving. So Robin West does force Chalky off. Cameron off there. They're going to go side side again. Cameron's going to get this move done. Yes, he's up to 3rd place. So Cameron's up to 3rd in the Mercedes. And now, if you're Cameron, would you try and back these guys up into the K2 and Tom?
Well, that's going to be the thing. You don't really need to be fair. As long as Tom doesn't get a penalty, it's all looking pretty decent for him right now. As he goes completely off circuit, as I say that slightly, so never mind. But yeah, this is looking good for the two Mercedes right now. They've got a gap, and a very crucial gap. Legend's coming in the pit lane, so he'll be out of this running. In terms of penalties, we've got Robin. He's got 6, 14 and 9. Tom will get 1, 2, 3 of them. He'll be in 3rd position. And you'd imagine he will be in 2nd, because you'd surely imagine Cameron will relinquish that position.
Anyway, so Cameron will get a 5-second task penalty. So I think Tom at the moment says like this, he's going to win the championship.
Yeah, indeed. Still late drama to come, though. We've got 7 laps. Oh, Chalky, what a catch there, Sunshine. As he really had to take the angers out there and keep it in a going. But,
Tom to cut the back of him, so Nikita is going to fancy maybe P6 off Chalky. He's having a good race, but his car does not seem the most stable.
He doesn't. Here we come then, and it's going to be side by side. They're going to squeeze each other there. It's going to be 3 and wide then. As outside, inside, which way are you going to go? And it's Tom up into 3rd position, or does he keep it? Yes, he does, just about. Behind them, Lekitu there, side by side with Chalky, and Chalky trying to go around the outside line. He gets the job done quite so then for Lekitu. Chalky struggling away. Tom, though, that was crucial for him. That is crucial. He is now officially in championship position. He is in 3rd. Counting, we are expecting Legend in the pit lane in the next lap or 2. He can't get to the end of this race, surely.
Well, tell you what, if he does, I shout out to him, but he's going to get overtaken by all these cars. I think he's pitting just to maybe try and get a fast lap point. I think that's what he's trying to do. He's weaving straight.
What's he done there? He's hit the wall. What's he done that for?
I think that was lag. I think.
Is that lag?
No, he's gone off. He's broke his wing.
That's not lag.
Damaged his wing. He's damaged his wing. That was a crap. I think he's got a puncture, you know.
He's not got a puncture. I'm not looking at any tyres that got a puncture.
Slowly, what's happened there? I think
what's happened?
He's
wheel issue?
Yeah.
That's like a wheel issue. No throttle. No throttle. Now he's got a bit of throttle. 10-second time penalty as well. That's me. That's a decent. That's obviously the wheel's gone, hasn't it?
Well, that was an issue.
Now going again.
Try and limp back to the pits, I guess. Try and retire the pits. Obviously, if that was Hannah's, I'd be very. Well, Hannah's a disconnect car anyway, so he's got going again. But that was bizarre. That was strange.
That's a weird issue there, isn't it? That's a weird one.
Not pushing at all. So I think he's just trying to get back to pits and probably retire from the race. That is. He's pushing a bit more now, but he's got a damaged ring, so he's got to pit anyway. So yeah, that helps Tom out, of course. I was thinking for a moment that was going to be a safety car, but I think Legend's doing the right thing here. He's trying to get back to the pits, trying to avoid the need for a safety car. As they say, safety car will probably benefit Tom, I'd say, with lack of penalties, but was Legend. Is he back up to racing speed? I don't think so. Tom's out. DRS of Robin West. Yeah, he's gonna come into the tyre, I believe, as he spun there. That's unfortunate because I'm pretty sure it's a hardware issue. As a driver of Legends class, would not make a mistake like that. So that is pretty unfortunate. But he's going to secure a further championship because his main mouth like Kieran.
Oh, who's that off?
That is
Chalky.
Okay, yeah, it's just his unstable car there coming to bite him again. As Tico's absolutely dominant in this race, but at the moment it's not going to count for anything because Tom is going to take the championship.
Yeah, there's something dramatic happened in the last couple of laps.
Pits, and he'll surely retire from the. Oh, he almost binned it in the pits. Wow.
Here he comes. Might retire. Here comes Tom. He's going to snatch third, then the championship position. Weaving. He's trying everything as Robin. He's going to squeeze him so much. Oh, they hit each other. He's out of the race. Tom is out of the race of the championship. Blue wide open here on lap 23. And the championship there. Surely Tico, when he's run it. Tico, surely when he has won it now. Tico champion unless he DNFs. Unless he DNFs. What on earth has Robin done? He ran into the side of him. I have no words. What on earth we've seen here? Drama and controversy here in Kota.
That is controversial. That will for sure go to the stewards, and I do not want to be a steward because it looked like Robin West took Tom out there. So yeah.
I don't know if it was deliberate or not, but whatever it was, he was doing that earlier on, putting people close to him, wasn't he? So
yeah, I feel so bad for Tom there because that.
Did Tom move slightly left?
I don't know, but
that was correct. There's going to be some questions on that one.
Two drivers that quality should not be crashing on the straight. So I didn't really see it because I wasn't in a good perspective, but Tom was going for the overtake and he was on the curb, and I don't think he got enough room for the overtake. I don't think Tom was given enough room for that overtake. I don't know. I'm not a steward. I'm not gonna judge any more further than that. But it's a controversial ending to what has been a decent. What has been. It's just a shame that championship has to be decided in such a manner.
This race, which began in controversy, might very well end in controversy. But there's still time to see something. Tico on those softs, Cameron on the soft. Lakitu, by the way, is up to third. Tico actually is on the podium here.
Still has to finish the race, by the way. It's not. Yeah. Yeah, Console may be on for the race win here. He may be on for the race win here. It's got no penalties. Everyone else does have penalty. Cameron Downs will have a task penalty, so Console may win this race incredibly. As yeah, I don't know what to make of that. Sorry, I don't.
Lost for words.
I feel for Tom because I don't think that was his fault.
Don't expect him. You can only sympathise for someone there. That was one of the most classic on a straight.
Commentators do have to try and be impartial, but I think Tom was.
You got to give him a hug there. I don't know. Yeah. If that was what potentially fear could have been, you dare.
So, yeah, obviously I'm not a steward, and I'm glad I'm not.
Don't want to be right now.
I thought. I
feel so. In next lap.
Oh. Yeah. So if he so I didn't really see it. I was focusing on Legend coming back in the. I didn't really see that because I focused on Legend coming back in the pit. So I believe if other drivers have caught that, then that would be great, and we'll let the stewards decide what doing. But I don't know how he changed it. I don't know how. I don't know. We'll wait and see anyway. Safety car got 4 laps to go. So we'll have a 3-lap sprint to the end. So we'll have DRS on the final lap, and yeah, Chico hasn't won it yet. He's still got to finish the race, and.
All he's got to do is finish 7th, I think, and he will win this title.
Drivers in the race, so unless he gets a disqualification or something. Yeah, and yeah, so if he's got to finish the race now, if he DNFs now, he will finish. But I think this safety car may get him to the lap window where you will get classified if you finish.
If we lose one driver here, we will have this race over. In comes Luke, and he's pretty much been... Well, he's a lap down, isn't he? He's way out of this race, I'm pretty certain. Is he not? Is he still in this somehow? What lap's he on?
Yeah.
Is he a lap? He's not a lap
down. He's on the lead lap still. Yeah, he's on the lead lap.
Somehow. I don't know how that's happened. He's lucky, isn't it?
Leader. But yeah, that was... Yeah, I'm sorry the championship had to be sorted out that way.
Still a few laps to go. Tico got to keep it on the island. Get to the end of this race. Cameron Doward's behind him. Really out of this race as well. So Conzo on potential for a podium here. Ferrari, in fact, looking for a double podium here. Which presumably will be that one. And there we go, and we've seen some opinions here today. The Aston Martin's low, 1 and 2 technically, because there's that beautiful safety car, which I like going alongside.
You win the Constructors' Championship, so that is decided now. So Aston Martin are the... Whatever happens now, Aston Martin have won the Constructors.
Yeah, they have. Mercedes can't win it. Too far back, of course. Safety car, is it going to be in this lap? We're going to get a very late call if we're going to get it.
Yeah, Aston Martin 1-2 technically at the moment. The safety car.
I know. I prefer the safety car. Are we going to get that really annoying late safety car? If it comes in now, I'm going to be questioning the game.
I think at Imola once where it came out literally at the final corner. So
stays out another lap unless it decides to just yeet us.
So we won't get DRS on the final lap. So it'll be a 2-lap sprint, and we've seen 2-lap sprints in the end. Have controversy. 1-lap sprints at the end have controversy. So hopefully we don't have that again. And we've had enough controversy for about 10 seasons tonight. So hopefully not any more.
Let's see. But the ERT driver of Teacup, I believe he's an ERT driver. Here's the ERT driver then, helped out by the ERT driver, unfortunately, for whatever on earth happened to them. So, we'll see what will happen. There was going to be a very big argument after this race, I feel. But 2 and a bit laps to go then. Safety car in the end of this lap. Well, it's going to be in the end of this lap because it can't stay out another lap because I think it's programmed to be impossible to stay out to the end of this race. But here we go then. Who's going to win this race? You've got to say it's going to be Tico. Cameron in second, but he's got that 5-second Taz penalty.
Oh, Cameron, what do you do here? What do you do here if you're Cameron?
Not something stupid.
Oh, I've had something stupid happen before, so...
Oh, you don't want it. If we see another one, I think that we might have questions. Don't suggest something, Jamie McClough.
No, I'm not. No, I'm just saying.
No, Ferraris are on good for a potential double podium, aren't they?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, no, they... Well, no. Actually, with a 5-second time penalty for Cameron, I don't think so, actually.
Conzo will win this race. He just keeps out of trouble. He will win this race.
He might. However, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 cars between him and that potentiality. Well, 3. Oh, God, Chalky, careful.
Penalty, by the way, so Luke's out of this for the race win, so he's got to come in and serve that drive-through. Or will that get added on to his race time?
I don't know.
It's going side. We get add on to his race time, so with 2 laps to go, so he'll have 30 seconds, I believe, add on to his race time. But you never know, that might still get a podium with the way these guys are racing this season. You never know.
Cameron's trying to really push it then. He's not really allowed to do this. That's illegal. That's very illegal, that. He's passed him slightly. And,
a bit of Abu Dhabi last year, that.
And Tico, has he got an invalid overtake? Did he? What's happened here? He's got an invalid overtake. He's trying to let him through. It's his invalid overtake. He's got to let him through. And Cameron Dowards has unfortunately manipulated this race. He leads this race. So, well, this race really is becoming controversial. Surely he's going to have to give that back up. Surely if I was him, I'd give that up. He is. So, he does do so. He probably realised that was a bit cheeky for him. There, back into the lead comes Tico, then into the first corner. Second position from Cameron Dowards, third for Lakito. Can he salvage a podium out of this one? Right now he's in a podium potential, but he's going to have Cameron drop behind him. And then well, as long as he gets ahead of Cameron, he will finish on the podium in theory. So that's his target, 27 of 28 then in this race. Drama, controversy throughout this season, ups and downs. This is one hub, sometimes at its very best, and sometimes, unfortunately, we've seen some in it at its very saddest. But this championship is only going to be won by one this season, and it's the Aston Martin, as he's got 1 and a bit laps to do. As long as something doesn't go catastrophically wrong, it's looking very good for him. Cameron doesn't really need to push or fight it too much. He has got a 5-second time penalty, so he doesn't know it, though, so he thinks he's winning this race in his eyes. Further down the field, Lucas served that drive-through penalty. We're all the way down the back of the field right now, as Jamie's disconnected from the universe, as that's not good. But up front, here we go then, one more lap. And that is Chalky in the wall, and that's a big one. What on earth is happening? Chalky, he's still in this race somehow, but off he goes into the wall. He's managed to keep the car going slightly as he's spinning around as he gets a penalty. No, that's not. Tico, fastest lap of this race. Second position is Cameron Dowards. What's he going to do? He's got 1 lap to do. I think Jamie's internet's died. I think. I don't know if Jamie's disconnected. I can't see. Is Jamie in? I don't know if Jamie's still here. Am I still here? Who knows? Well, here we go then. You still here? Okay, good.
Lobby, so that's what happened.
Last lap. Good to see you back, Jamie. I thought we lost you again. We had the band try and kill you, and then your internet's tried to kill you. But Tico, half a lap to go then. He's got the hairpin from where is Tico from?
Holland, I believe. Holland.
Let's have a little look. Does it say on Taz? Not Taz, on Simgrid race on?
Netherlands.
Ah, excellent. Here we go then. Tico, got half a lap to go then. The Dutch driver. He has the 3-second time penalty. This race, which begun in controversy, is going to end in controversy. Through the last couple of corners he comes. Well, he took the lead. He very much stayed there since he took the lead. His rival out of this race, taken out potentially. Lakitu's dropped it. Through the last 2 corners, the championship can only be won by one, and it's going Dutch in 2022. Tico wins the US Grand Prix with it the title as well, and not the fastest lap. Cameron Dowards will win on circuit, but with the 5-second time penalties, he doesn't. Konzo does not win this race by half a second then. Konzo third, second on the row. Lakito crosses the line then in 4th. Anez crosses the line then ahead of Luke, who's got a drive-through penalty. Sharky will finish in 7th, but my 6th position, yes, 6th position, my apology, well, if he doesn't drop it. Through he comes, then the last 2 cars in this order. A dramatic, topsy-turvy race. There's going to be a long argument about this one. Should have that happened? Definitely not. What happened? We don't know. Was it questionable? Maybe. 20-second penalty. Someone lied to me. They said it was 30.
Chalky has spun it.
I don't think Chalky really binds right now. He's going to have some fun.
He gets 6 still.
He doesn't. We got... I'm not choking. We're good. Oh, the pure power of still having the COVID cough. But Tico wins this race. Jamie, we're gonna have to say it. This was a bit of a controversy, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know what to make of that. I think I'm gonna put the word very much provisional there, because I think that will be in the stewards, and we'll wait and see what happens. But I don't think it can happen because the race is finished and he's won the race. I don't know what can happen there, but that was not the race we wanted. That was not the finish we wanted, because that was born up to be a fantastic finish, I think, and it's a shame that had to happen, but it is what it is, and Tico has won the race. The championship's there, and that's one thing is for certain. Aston Martin have won the constructors. That will not change, I don't think. But you know, as Cameron be gutted because he won the race, but he got the task penalty, and I don't know.
Can you take any solace if you're the lead? If you're Tico, can you take any solace from that one?
I wouldn't say what I wouldn't want to win championship.
Robin's saying he came across on his screen. That's what kind of looked like on my screen as well. Just looked like kind of ran into each other. They were pushing each other off the road slightly, and contact happened. I don't know. Well, stewards is going to have to look at it. But your official rundown, Jamie. It is Tico winning this race from Konzo. Cameron in third from the Keto in fourth. Hannes from Chalky. Luke from Tom. Out of this race, it was Tom, Robin, Legend, and Kieran as well. And yeah, driver of the day. I tell you what, I'm going to give it to Tom. For me, he drove a sensational race till then. My question to him, it didn't end well. There was contact at the end, but you got to take the look. You drove a superlative race, the title in your grasp. And you got to look up this season, Philo. It was sensational.
Yeah, I will go for Konzo because I think he had a cracking race, avoiding them penalties and almost won the race. Quite nearly a fantastic race for Fryman. I'm going to ask him, well done, mate. A great drive. Obviously, you've managed to get really through that carnage, and are you gutted that you missed out on the race win by such a small margin?
Indeed, but of course, we'll quickly go through our sponsors one more time before the end of this season, and to Next Level Racing, sponsorly providing prizes to Pure Sim Gear, sponsorly providing a pair of their sim racing gloves to the driver with the most combined poles and fastest lap. To Gamer Goose, sponsorly providing Gamer Goose samples to the trophy winners. To our partners, Vespertine, Punch Vespertine, who supports our championship prizes. To ERT, partner of the ERT Going Gets Tough Award and League trophies. And to SimGrid, powered by SimGrid, who run our community platform through their season things. I said that backwards, but never mind. But from that, the final race of the season here in one, I want to say thank you very much to all of the commentators, to all of the admins, and of course to all of our hosts today. Whoever you are, the drivers, the stewards, to absolutely everyone, you are what makes One Hub Racing. You are the reason we do this. But until next time, which I think might be in 7 days' time, because I don't know if we're doing our little award thing, potentially. I don't know. We'll find out in due course. I think it's next week. If it's not, you can blame me. So that, I think there is. It normally is after 1 week after the season. Don't quote me on that. I think there is. I was hoping my eyes in my ear would say something. They haven't, so never mind. But on that bombshell, they don't know either. It might be next week. I hope it's next week. I want to keep going. But, last words from you, Jamie.
Oh, I just thank everybody for joining us in the first season of One Up Racing. Obviously, the first season is Red because obviously the turnout from this tier has been slightly disappointing, but I think the racing we have seen has been alright, but it's been a bit on the aggressive side. I think it's very much BTCC. I think Hungary comes to mind, but obviously we do have a new champion, and I still need to gather my thoughts on what I think of that situation, but I just feel for Tom because that's just got in the way to lose championship. It's just because he was after such a good race, and obviously well done to Tico for winning the race. He had great pace today. It was his best race pace-wise, I think, for sure. And yeah, apart from that, obviously I think we do need this break now. I think we need a break just to cool down, calm ourselves. And
I want to keep going.
We're back again very shortly. Obviously we'll be on the way very shortly in a few weeks. We'll be planning for season 22, and more news than that when we get it.
Yeah, crossplay definitely is going to be enabled after a
Do
somewhat
some work.
successful. We'll ignore the
some
fact I couldn't get in the
work.
lobby.
We'll
We'll ignore that, won't we? But thank you to whoever got me in the lobby. I give you a big hug. But Chalky, that's his name, Chalky Chalkers, right there. But from me, from Jamie, from our lovely host Jess, as well. Until next time, thank you very much. See you soon. Take care and goodbye.
Yeah.